Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and if I told you there's an anime about a red-headed witch from Mercury, what skin color do you think the voice actor would have to be to play her? I'm sorry, you probably never considered that because, you're an anime fan, not a racist. If anything, you probably just want to watch anime and cuddle up to your waifu pillow because, let's be honest, 3D girls just don't do it for you anymore. Well, that's not the case with these individuals on Twitter who want to complain about, I kid you not, the race of the individual voicing an anime character, even though she is not of any real ethnicity. Let's go through this article. Western voice actors accuse Crunchyroll bigotry for casting white actress as Saluta in English dub of Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. Now, I'm no fan of Crunchyroll. In fact, if you look at the channel, I've done a video or two very much criticizing how Crunchyroll handles things, whether it be the dubbing industry or how they handle their Japanese IPs, their properties, the whole nine. But if you look at this character right here, I'm sorry, I don't get any sort of can't be played by a white person vibe from this particular skin tone. Red hair, hazel, I guess, greenish, aquamarine eyes, very, peachy looking skin. I don't see the problem with a whitey playing her, but apparently Twitter does. Let's take a look. In current year, it's become a taboo of the highest order among the West to have a voice actor play a character outside of their own race, gender, and sexuality, even if such qualities only apply to said character within one's own headcanon, as proven from the umpteenth time by the recent outrage surrounding the English dub casting for Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. Now look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a Gundam expert. I've only seen a handful of the Gundam series, with Wing being absolutely amazing. Gundam Wing, it might just be nostalgia talking, but I have rewatched it since being an itty-bitty little child back in the Toonami days. Holds up remarkably well. But, the other Gundam series I've seen, the few I've seen, I've really enjoyed. It's just such a large issue to get into. It backdates to like the 70s. It's quite frankly intimidating, but I need to sit down and watch it all one day because I really do think I'd enjoy it. But something about the title Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury just doesn't scream Gundam to me, but what do I know? Let's continue. The latest round of neoliberal whining kicked off when the series' Western licensee, Crunchyroll, unveiled the casting for the series' main protagonists, Saluta Mercury and Mirione Rembrandt. And here we have, right here, so very clearly white, very white skin, very white hair. Right next to her, still pretty white. I mean, maybe the kind of white that I am, awful peachy. I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but you see this skin tone? Watch what happens when I press my fingers, let go. Oh, there's some whiteness, and it fades back to peach. Because that's what redheads do. Whether you can tell or not, I wasn't born with brown hair, I was born a ginger, and as life went on, my hair darkened. Trust me, I got the skin tone and complexion of a filthy ginger, and I lack the soul to match. If I had to wager a guess, this woman probably got a skin tone the same as mine, but even if she doesn't, she's from freaking Mercury, so does it matter? Taking to Twitter February 1st, the anime streaming service announced that thanks to the work of their in-house production studio, the former heroine would be portrayed by Jill Harris, Charlotte Pudding in One Piece, and the latter by Natalie Van Sistine, your Forager in Spy Family. The English dub of Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury Episode 1 launches this Sunday, February 5th. Oh, hey, perfect. It will be launching the day after I get back from the con. Maybe I should watch this. Maybe it'll be a way to get me into Gundam. If anyone watching this is a Gundam fan, is this something I can start off with, or do I have to watch the previous 40 years worth of source material? Thanks to her darker complexion and the now infamous marriage proposal scene between her and Mirione from the series' first episode, Identity Politics You know what? It says right here, darker complexion. And I guess, yeah, she is darker. But she's darker in the way that red is darker than light red. Like, they're still pretty red. I just mean, I just don't see how, again, even if she's not white, she's not real. She's from Mercury. I'm going to get stuck on that, going to get hung up on that. It just, even here it says thanks to her darker complexion. It's not even that dark. The other girl is just, she's just sickly white. She might got the Rona. Thanks to her darker complexion and the now infamous marriage proposal scene between her and Mirione in the series' first episode, identity politics-focused Witch from Mercury fans have come to believe that Saluta is coded, i.e., when overt stereotypes are used to portray a character's identity rather than it being confirmed by the author, as both Middle Eastern/North African and queer. I'm not going to say I've met a gajillion North Africans. Frankly, I don't know if I would even know if somebody was North African by looking at them. I would just be like, yo, bro, cool accent. I have met quite a few Middle Eastern individuals. Definitely didn't have skin tone like that. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Very nice people, but didn't exactly have skin tone like that. Step uncle's Middle Eastern, owns an awesome Middle Eastern restaurant in the city I live in. Very, very good food. Very, very not that sort of skin tone. I'm just being real with y'all. However, it should be noted that these personal reads are just that. As the series has shown, Saluda to be neither. Rather, her dark skin is the result of being raised on Mercury in close proximity to the sun, and the aforementioned moment between her and Mirione is actually a matter of the latter rejecting her arranged marriage. Regardless of reality, shortly after Crunchyroll made their announcement, some of Harris' colleagues in the anime voice acting industry responded to the casting news by expressing immense frustration over what they believed to be the white and straight washing of Saluda's character. What is the definition of the word acting anymore? Like, acting is a job where you pretend to be another individual. Straight actors can pretend to be gay. Gay actors can pretend to be straight because it's pretending. You're doing it for a role. It's not the real you. If it was the real you, it wouldn't be acting. I'm not going to get into the skin color aspect of it because at this point it's voice acting, so your voice is all that matters anyway. The skin color should matter not in the slightest. It pains me to write this on the day that should be filled with nothing but celebration and admiration towards my peers. Open to rant from Harris fellow Witch from Mercury voice actor Nisa H. Tarsha. Her own voice acting peer is going against her. Like, they're from the same show. Ooh, that's gonna burn her up, I would hope. Man, I bet, because it's Crunchyroll, they bend the knee and recast the girl. I guarantee you that'll happen. If it doesn't happen, I'd be absolutely surprised, but Crunchyroll is very known for bending the knee and being woke, and this would be a case of both. And if you haven't noticed, I don't use the word woke too often. I think it's a word that very much has lost meaning, just like when the left throws around the word Nazi. It just doesn't mean anything anymore when everyone's a Nazi. Woke doesn't mean anything when everything's woke. But I think this is an exception. Crunchyroll has been known for being explicitly woke, and since people, especially her peers, are throwing a fit, I bet they recast her. To feel as though there's a corporate flyer with a risk assessment eval stating how much one can get away with before receiving an inordinate amount of backlash. We can sit and argue the merits of right for the role versus auto-cast because of ethnicity, but let's also not pretend that the quality provided by minority actors is less than the quality of their peers. No one is saying that. No one is saying, yo, you black actors over there, you've got less voice acting quality. The guy that plays Hawks in My Hero Academia, I met him at a convention not too terribly long ago. I don't know if you know this or not. Hawks, white guy. Well, Japanese guy. Point is, not a black guy. The actor, named Zeno Robinson, black guy. Super nice, by the way. He's super accommodating, very nice, very young. He's kind of an up-and-comer, so him being in like the role of Hawks, it's super great. He's super nice. He's playing a role outside his ethnicity, and it's not a big deal. He does a great job. I wouldn't want to see anyone else playing the role of Hawks. He absolutely nails it. No one's saying that the minority actor is less than the quality of their peers. You're trying to find an issue where one doesn't exist, and you're trying to sow division within an already small niche community, you sicko. Inclusion gives us the ability to tell the stories of our backgrounds. While this is true, ain't nobody got the background to being a witch from Mercury on account of it doesn't exist. Not only are witches not real, but even if they were, they couldn't live on Mercury considering, little tiny atmosphere being real close to the sun. Even if it is a cookie-cutter project where the race ultimately could be neglected, character coding still exists, therefore bringing forth racial relatability to minority consumers. Whatever happened to relating to a character based on the merits of that character? Are you trying to tell me, Nazi H. Tarsha, that little black boys can't look up to Spider-Man and can't learn the lesson of with great power comes great responsibility on account that he's a white dude? That's pretty neglectful of the little black kid who probably wants to learn and love Spider-Man and take moral notes from that character, but can't relate to him because he doesn't look the same. What's on the inside is vastly more important, and I can't believe I have to explain this. Unfortunately, the more obscure the minority, the easier it is to sweep under the rug. Yes, and you are not going to find any more obscure minority than a red-headed witch from Mercury. That is the ultimate minority on account of there is absolutely zero of them. They get all the reparations. They get all of the Twitter clout because ain't none of them exist. If anyone wants to get into clout wars like the oppression Olympics, oh well, you're gay, so you've been this oppressed. Oh yeah, well I'm gay and black, so I've been this oppressed. Oh yeah, well I'm genderqueer, non-binary, trans, and Islam and Middle Eastern, so I've had all those layers of oppression. Yeah, you're right. You out oppression all of us. You get the most points. I am a red-headed witch from Mercury. Yeah, all right, you win. Sad but true. Concluding his thoughts, Tarsha asserted, I have a duty to my peers to use my platform to speak for those whose voices go unheard. May there come a day when the ambiguous nature of remote recording allowances is foregone and opportunities are provided to actors and directors alike to make the best possible products. That's literally already what happens, though. That's literally already what happens. I truly don't know what you're referring to. Look, if we were trying to be comic book accurate, Michael B. Jordan wasn't exactly the best actor for the job to play the Human Torch on account of Human Torch is a white boy with blonde hair. But they gave the role to Michael B. Jordan because the dude is a pretty dope actor, and they instead changed the background, the backstory of the character, making him adopted. Now, I don't like that. I disagree with source material changes for anything so superfluous, but I'm a bit of a purist. If the character was originally black, and then they decided to change him to a white guy because, he was the best guy for the role, and they changed the source material to make him adopted, into a black family as a white guy, I'd still have an issue with that. Source material changes are bad, but that's not the point. The point is, you are inherently either completely misinformed or intentionally being disingenuous with this abhorrent tweet. Similarly, the English-language version of Mirko in My Hero Academia, Aniris Kinos, found it very disappointing that despite all the resources publicly available to find diverse talent, minority voice actors still cannot have the opportunity to represent themselves for an extremely rare, groundbreaking minority lead in anime. You're not gonna find yourself a red-headed witch from Mercury, because they don't exist! If you can find that voice actor, if you can find me a voice actor that is a red-headed Mercurian witch, give them the role. They have earned it by purely existing. Especially in Mina queer lead. I don't know what Mina means, I'll be 100% honest, but it's already, been stated. She's not queer. She is not a queer character. You're just reading into things. Pretty lame that Crunchyroll's strong preference for local talent affects authentic representation in a major role. Quinoa passive-aggressively sniped. Casting a wide pool for the biggest anime show of the year and not a Mina queer lead is a major franchise says a lot. Biggest anime show of the year. Now look, I know Gundam has a pretty long and storied history, but I highly doubt this is the biggest anime of the year. Something tells me that over the course of 2023, we're going to get something much, much bigger than Mercury Space Witch Gundam Project. As of this writing, Hill is still set to voice Saluda, which is the English dub of Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury, premieres on Crunchyroll on February 5th. Well, yep, that is that. Can you believe this is the world we've found ourselves in? The world where people are actually complaining about a white individual playing an alien. Like playing an actual alien. That is what we're at. Look, I could almost understand it if this character was genuinely of a different ethnicity. I still wonder, hey, voice acting takes talent, not a talent that not everyone has. Are they the best for the role? And since it's just your voice, should it matter? But even then, I don't think that argument needs to be made. I could understand their point if this was genuinely an ethnic character from Earth that was, of a real race that exists. But it's not. It's a freaking alien. A magical alien. So why is there controversy? Why are the voice actors at Crunchyroll trying to sow such division and make this an issue? I truly don't have an answer for it, and I don't even have anything funny to say to end this out on. I'll just say that that's all I've got for this one, and let me know your opinions in the comments below. Also, let me know on Twitter what you think, where you can follow me at BopeTheWord, and please check out the back catalog. By the time you're seeing this, I'm probably driving back from an anime convention in Little Rock, Arkansas, and hopefully I had a fantastic time, and tomorrow's news will not just be so anime-oriented. I just thought it'd be fun to do a little theme day, We'll get back to regular news. I already have a story lined up about Magic the Gathering, and if that interests you, be sure to check it out. I've also got stories about Star Wars, Dungeons & Dragons, you name it, you can find it in the back catalog where you can subscribe, because it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.